Yo, welcome to the Table Talk podcast, where we sit down, pull up a chair, and we get started. This podcast is designed to provide you packed full of information to help you with your training, nutrition, lifestyle, and well-being, where we interview myself through case studies to give you lifetime experience. And then we also interview high-performing individuals or other career-focused people who are looking to make changes in their lifestyle, training, nutrition, and well-being. So let's pull up that chair and let's go.
This is a recording for those that are interested in some responses to some goals. So the first one is want to crush it. Well, to crush it, you first need to define it. And literally, for those that are curious, yes, the comical part is it is misspelled. Make a goals. My bad. Make a goals. I probably should have read the display there. But with anything, with knowledge is power, and people will tell you you can do anything with knowledge. But the thing is, knowledge isn't power. Knowledge is potential power. It's really just taking massive action on the knowledge that you have. So for those that want to crush it, dominate 2024, some of the to 2023, and you want to make 2024 different. Well, if you do the exact same thing, you're probably going to get the exact same result. So really be clear on defining it, what it is you want, believe in it, back yourself. Kev and I were walking this morning talking about you might have to repeat it every single day, 365 days. But if you continue to repeat and believe what it is you really want, you're going to be a lot closer than where you are not believing in it or not saying it. Write it down, split it up, break it up, and maybe you write it on 2 pieces of paper. You read one at nighttime, one in the morning. You review it, schedule it in, and then make it happen. The concept of be, do, have. Who do you need to be? What do you need to have or do? Do you need to have a coach, a mentor? Myself, I've started new mentoring with another coach, Dylan Fowler. Shout out to you, sir. And he's like, what are your 5 non-negotiables? So I was like, train, move at night, sleep right, eat right, talk right. He's like, let's probably redefine that even more. And each time you do, you refine and define it even more. It's like, train with the intent to improve and strengthen my posture so I have more energy to last through the day. Love and connection, connect with one more person every single day. So in 365 days, I've connected with over 365 people. The mission is to work with 1,000. Well, guess what? Probably need to make it 3. So little things like that to help you really define and crush it. Because, at the end of the year, end of 2024, when you review it, what would have to happen for you to be like, yeah, I crushed it? Your bank account might not show it. Maybe your health's not quite there. Maybe you've still got a few extra kilos because you put on some more because of the parties, but at least you're closer than what you are right now. And so yourself crushed it. Or like what I did, I put a potato chip in my mouth, sent them a video and was like, crushed it. Next, number 2, my number 1 goal is to be as holistically healthy as possible to keep me sharp and switched on mentally. Ooh, what a nice question. How can you be mentally sharp and prepared? Which I would say, what are the non-negotiables to that? If we think about, for me, when was I probably at my sharpest is when I was, if I was to do this myself, if I wanted to be mentally sharp, I would probably sit at a 20 to 30% calorie deficit all year round. I would implement probably refeed once a week, so my metabolism doesn't shut down that level. So I know when I'm in a calorie deficit, I'm pretty sharp. I eat on average 4 meals a day, 3 meals, 1 shake, and I prepped everything myself. That's how with my nutrition all dialed in. So we do that. You can meal company, reach out, info@vitruvianhealth.com.au. Selfish plug, we have meals that you can smash against a wall and they still don't get dirty. Check and mate any other one that does their own meal prep. So sleeping 8 hours. So bed by 9 o'clock, up at 5. That's my non-negotiable. Kate likes to sleep till 5:30, so I get 30 minutes to myself. What gratitude or emphasis do you need for yourself? So for me, I'm writing. I write a lot, so everything in my brain at night, down on paper. I got a new journal, so I get journals and I just scribble. It's also kind of like a to-do list, what are the things I need to be working on tomorrow. Calorie deficit, train. I would do 1 compound movement a day. But I would do structural front loading. So all the stuff that I need to do to improve my bench, my deads, squat, dips, shoulder press, bench over rows, whatever it is, I do that first. So structural front loading is doing all the correctors and things that you need to do. That can serve as a warm-up as well, so it works well for time efficiency. So then the big compound movement, you do it in, which is what I did for squats today. So I did 990 hip switch, Copenhagen side plank, just 90-second timer, and I rotated between that and donkey calf raises, low cable. Did 3 sets of that, and then I moved on to lateral lunges, heavier donkey calf raises. Did that for 3 rounds, and then I did the dorsiflexion, knee extension, and lying hamstring curl single-legged bodyweight squats. And then I did 5 sets of 3 safety bar squats. And that's how I finished. Then I did 100 calories on the bike, going as hard as I could, literally 30 seconds on the speed, 30 seconds stand, and I did that till I hit 100 calories. That was pretty tough, that one. Yeah, so that's mentally sharp. So yeah, whatever you believe to be the things that are going to help you. For me, it's having alpha GPC, tyrosine in the morning with theanine. So I do 2 caps of alpha GPC, so it's 250 grams with half shot of coffee, theanine, and if I'm feeling lethargic, I'll do another 200 milligrams of L-theanine at lunchtime. And then also having 2 periods where I go hands on my hips, squeeze my elbows back, big rest, and I'm thinking about squeezing the elbows towards each other. So I'm opening up that posture, and then when I've done 10 of those, I'll interlace my fingers, push all the way up, shoulders down. And I do that with 10, because that's about opening up the thoracic and the back. So for the posture, if you really want to go further, I would do arm circles. Obviously, I'm in a room that's big, so I would do standing, and I would have a timer every 6 hours that goes off. So wake up, 6 hours later, goes off again, and then another 6 hours with just a note. So like on my phone, it says, like, that's all writing, and it's even more outstanding that ignites passion and provides a greater experience for myself and everyone right now. So like little notes just to help you realign, refocus, so you're mentally sharp. Because the thing is, you're gonna be tired. What I also would do, which I do in the morning, is just minimize all decisions. So like I wear black tops, black shorts, literally have a box for shorts and tops. Grab and go, done. Like make it as simple as you like. But color, I like color, cool. Like think of it as if you only could make 5 decisions a day, how do you minimize it? So like autopilot a lot of stuff. That's how I would stay mentally sharp. And then second, goals to lose some fat and get leaner, improve flexibility and condition coordination, and maybe start bumping up my numbers for the big compound lifts for vanity. Yeah, sit in a calorie deficit, have refeed days. Refeed days, like you sit in a calorie deficit, right? And so like you're naturally at a deficit. And the thing is, this is what a lot of people do. They sit at a deficit from Monday to Thursday, and then they eat more on Friday, they go out for drinks, and then Saturday they eat even more, and then they do nothing on Sunday. It's like, it's technically like 2 days in a surplus, and then because you do nothing on Sunday, you're not burning it. Like you have it once a week. People call them cheat days, planned deviations, date night, whatever you want to make it. But having one day where you can eat the foods that you want, and really just holding yourself to that standard. Not I'll have a piece of chocolate here and there, which is what I do. I just love chocolate. But really being like firm with yourself and holding that standard is the key here. When it comes to training, like you want to bump up the compound numbers, you got to do the compound lifts. And that's where structural front loading, which to the person that this question's directed towards, don't worry, I already did it in your programs, man. So you're all good. So yeah, that's how I would stay on top of that. But what we could probably add is just having someone managing your supplementation protocols, but also checking in every 2 to 3 weeks on your supplements and just adjusting them, like magnesium, sleep subs. Really manage your sleep, and then really manage cognitive performance. Breathwork is definitely the go-to. To just heighten the nervous system. And also giving yourself time. There are going to be days where you just won't you're wanting to do it. You just be like, don't force it. Next, my goal is to lose weight and get stronger legs because I had surgery on my right knee back in 2018 and just hurt my left ankle recently too. Those would be my goals for next year. Cool. Me personally, I just focus on strength. Just focus on strength. Like being in pain, having injuries, it's not fun. Just get super strong. Focus on the surgery in 2018, but it's still illegal. Like focus on the structural balance. When it comes to training, I like to do a unilateral, so slow tempo program. Nobody likes slow tempo. I'll tell you right now, everyone does not, no one likes it, unless you're in heel ground. But starting slow builds coordination, stability. And so by going slow, create more awareness, and it forces like little micro contractions in the foot, the ankle, and the knee to stabilize. A lot of the time people rush, which leads to compensation. So do that first, and then I would do a pause method. So you pause at top and bottom. So strongest point, weakest point, just to challenge that position. So if you compensate, it means the weight's too heavy for that structure, because that's the weakest link, train the weakest link. And then from there, working on your nutrition, start with your water intake, then protein and sleep. Those are the standard ones to go with. So someone said, find it really hard to get in protein. Cool. For those that want to know how to get in enough protein, put it in your mouth, chew it, and just swallow. And that's how you get in your protein. No other way. No, don't do that. So if you find consuming protein hard, like a cheat way to do it would be like get mixed beans, onion, some cheese, lactose-free cheese, gluten-free wrap, some steak or meat. Like find out what is your favorite food and then put in that. You can do large dosages, but recommend to keep it even. If that's too much, then shake. You could do them in as pre-workout, like 3 workouts, so you're sipping on your water, and that can have like 20 grams of aminos. Typically, 40 grams of protein is about 20 grams of aminos. Like, because the thing is, when you eat the protein, it breaks down in your digestive tract. So aminos, it's already done, so it's easy to absorb. So by doing that, this is just kind of like the rule of thumb that was taught to me. Like, for those that are listening, if you've got a research paper, send it to me. I'd love to like see it. Kind of just go off the rule of thumb. I put on muscle. I've helped other people put on muscle, so it seems to work. If anyone's listening to this and like, that's not the research, cool. Send me the research. I'd love to read it. I'm not saying like it's good or bad. It's just, this is just a guide, and this is what I've used for myself. So I would do aminos. So if I need to get 200 grams of protein, and I'm like, man, it's just a lot of protein. It's really hard. Well, doing the aminos intra-workout, and actually do it on my way to train, so then I'm not chugging on water through the workout. So that means that's like 40 grams. So then I only need to get 160, and I just don't need to eat as much. So it's only 40 grams of protein per meal. So that's a lot easier to ingest. For me personally, because I just want time back. So that's how I get around that. Drop another 10 kilos and keep training with the man. For those that are curious, I'm not the man in this question. There's a gentleman called Sir Happy. If you're in Sutherland, you don't know who Happy is, aka Grant, go there. Man, I love working with Grant. He's just great. Now, for anyone, like a lot of people have a skill. I love his skills. So like, think about like when it comes to making a decision or setting a goal or defining anything, you're like, it's really hard to set a goal. Cool. Flip it this way. Ask yourself how you could mess it up. How can you gain 10 kilos? How could you lose 10 kilos of muscle? It's like, don't eat enough protein. Cool, flip it, eat enough protein. How do you gain 10 kilos? Consume more calories than your surplus. Eat in a deficit. So like, Grant has an ability where he's really good at flipping things really quick. So like, we're being in a meeting and people are like, man, it's so hard to do these calls. Like, got like 50 no's, and he'll be like, and the 51st is the one that'll probably say yes. It's just time. You just got to ride that wave, and really enjoy working with him. So you're in good hands with that man. Though, to drop another 10 kilos, first thing is, 1, where are you at? 2, if you've been dieting for a long period of time, have a refeed period. Obviously, it's been the new year, so most of us have had a good refeed. 3, implement small steps and strategies to move forward. Most people go for 12 to 24 weeks. My recommendation is do it for 2 weeks, have a refeed for 2 weeks, and implement that. The best nutritional plan or diet is going to be the one that works for you. One that's easy. I like the one where it's like go hard for 5 days and then like 1 day reset. That works for me. For other people, a good one is diet for 2 weeks. 20, like it's easy to manage, 20% less. Think if you consume 3 meals a day or 4 meals a day, like how many grams of carbs do you need to be at baseline? Let's say it's 300 grams of carbs. Those are like, what is that? It could be like 4 slices of toast, 2 serves of black rice, and then 2 serves of fruit. Let's say that's 300 grams. Cool. Then what you do is 2 weeks, that's where you stay. And then for another 2 weeks, what you do, get rid of the bread. Boom, that creates that deficit for you. Hold that for 2 weeks, bread back in. Bread no 2 weeks, bread for 2 weeks. Bread no bread. That's an easy one to do because then you'll keep fluctuations. And on the days that you don't have bread, you do 20 minutes of cardiovascular activity post-workout or pre-workout, get on the cross trainer, burn 100 calories, moderate level, which is about 12-15 minutes, so you do a little bit more. And then the days that you have the surplus, don't do that cardio. Focus on lifting a little bit heavier or do an extra set. And that's how you can alternate it. And this will just be a slow and steady approach. And over time, you're like, oh, I've lost the weight. That's actually what I'm doing at the moment for myself, is I'm implementing 2 to 3 cardio sessions. If I 2 to 3, if I don't do the third, I end up doing like from an average of 14,000 steps to 18 to 20,000 steps. Kate likes to go for walks, so we just do longer walks, talking. So those are the ways that I can do that. And I just burn 100 calories. I'm doing that like non-negotiable for months, not just for 2 weeks, because I'm also doing it for cardiovascular health and improvement as well. So, but if it was for pure weight loss, that's how I work around that. Also, like walking on a treadmill, super easy. So you can be on your phone doing emails and checking in. So that's a nice one to do. That will help you get that weight. An average weight loss, healthy weight loss is about 0.250 grams to 500. So that's, you should be looking at losing 250 grams per week. So if you're looking at doing that really healthy, 0.25, like that's 40 weeks. If you're like, I want it in 10 weeks, you're going to have to be more aggressive. Last question is, get toned and athletic again. Cool. So to get toned, so, you know, from a high performing individual, thing is like to be athletic, like there needs to be a performance goal. So what is that goal? And anyone that's like, I don't have a goal, well then you should be able to do your body weight times 12 reps for pull-ups. There you go. There's your performance goal. First goal is to be able to do 1 pull-up first. Once you can do 1 pull-up, then you should be working on progressing at 1 pull-up per week. And you should have to do 12 pull-ups in 12 weeks. So the first phase is hang. That's going to help decompress the spine, lengthen, strengthen joints, and your grip strength. By improving your grip strength, that will make you better at deadlifting. And obviously a stronger back will improve your bench press because you're able to pin your shoulders back and down, hold that position and bench press. So it has a few favors there. So first phase, focus on hangs. Feet on the ground, 60 seconds on, 60 seconds off, do some shoulder dislocates to strengthen the shoulders. Then 1 minute hang, 1 minute dislocate. You do that 5 sets, 3 times a week. Do it Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Why not Friday? You can do Friday. I just prefer Saturday because I do deadlifts on Friday. So Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Time apart to recover. You can train legs or whatever. That's the thing you do. Once you can do that, free hang, active hang. So you just hold the shoulders back and down, hang, and then from there, 20 scat pull-ups. Now I would, once I can do the scat pull-up work, like I'd be doing lat pull downs, dumbbell presses, so I'm working that press movement. That should take you about 12 weeks to go from 0 to 1. And then from there, you work on the progression variations for a pull-up. In 12 weeks, in 24 weeks, you should be able to do 12 pull-ups. So that is what I would focus on for athletic goal. What about this? Well, nothing else really matters. Like, get really dialed and focus on that one thing. If you focus on multiple things, it just spreads it out, takes a little bit longer. So find out what that performance goal is, set a plan, really work towards that, and within 12 to 24 weeks, you can have that performance goal. Tone is a decrease in fat mass and increase in muscle tissue. So we're getting stronger. We'll obviously need muscle mass to be able to perform those movements. So as you progress, doing more reps, doing more work, more capacity, you'll find that you'll have more muscle mass. If you're not getting any of that muscle mass, then that's where the nutrition plays a part. You should look at a minimum of 1.4 grams per kilo body weight. So if you weigh 50 kilos, you're looking at about 70 grams of protein, 50 times 1.4. So yeah, that is how to work around those goals. For those that asked, hope you enjoy it.
Hey, thanks so much for joining the episode of Table Talk today. We hope you found some helpful tips and inspiration in staying healthy and fit, even with a busy schedule. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast. Stay tuned for our next conversation. Until then, keep prioritizing yourself, your health, your fitness, and we'll see you on the next Table Talk.